Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 2021's Night at the Eagle Inn. You know, if you go on YouTube, you'll find a good number, like a handful of interviews with the director or the cast, but you won't find people really talking about the movie that weren't involved on the film. I can't find it, and I don't know why. As recently as I checked during like Black Friday of 2025, it was on Amazon for like $5 on Blu-ray, and I bought this a couple years ago, and it's become a favorite of mine that I watch. I typically tend to watch it every early November. I'm a huge fan of Ty West film The Innkeepers, and there's something about the score in this movie that reminds me of that. Reminds. It's orchestrated. It has an orchestrated feel to it. It's mysterious and intense, and it's spooky in the traditional sense. It's churning in an orchestrated, creepy sense, and it has swings and a it sounds like the atmosphere at a mysterious inn. Now, like The Innkeepers, this film also takes place at an inn, but this is vastly different. This is the most unique horror story I've seen or heard of involving an inn, involving a place to, to stay overnight. Inns and hotels, these are all places that really, really mystify me. You take a film and you go into it. Could be an abandoned hotel. It could be an abandoned inn. I love when they're off season, like the film Daughters of Darkness. But there's something. This is kind of off season as well, where you have. I mean, it looks like it's November, and they even make mention that the weather is cold, and the inn kind of looks desolate. A brother and a sister, orphans, trauma, and uncovering the mystery of their lives, uncovering literally the mystery of their lives together as brother and sister, their parents, the mystery of a missing parent, kind of retracing steps and trying to see what happened. You think about people who were like adopted and they try to find their birth parents. There's a level of mystery to that, heartbreaking mystery at times. But this isn't. This is. Imagine now that your birth parent that raised you disappeared, and uncovering that mystery, and thankfully having a sibling and somebody who could do it with you. There is. You meet characters. There's a lonely bar in the inn. I love those lonely bars in inns or hotels, especially if it's off season. It's better. It's not, there's nobody there. And I love when they have come on down for cocktail hour. It's included. Sometimes it's included in your bill, in your stay here, or a cheap price or a limit on drinks, or. And Night at the Eagle Inn has the occult, it has the supernatural involving television, video, video occult, video hell, video soul. It's really unique. And the two leads are very interesting. Very interesting. The brother and sister are very interesting. Everybody is very interesting in this film. And there are things in this short film. I mean, it's about I think it's about 75 minutes that you're not going to expect. You're not going to know what's happening, what's coming next. It's cozy, it's comfy, it's that, I always say the cold is mystery, and that cold, mysterious, dark, macabre in what lurks in the hallways, what lurks in the rooms, what lurks in the lonely bar. Let's take a walk around the inn. What about the innkeeper? He's interesting, isn't he? I mean, what's up with him? Yeah, you have to sign the guest book. You have to sign the guest book. Why? What about guest books? I love guest books. You know, I think about the movie Psycho and the Psycho series. I believe that's the Psycho series is my favorite horror series of all time, horror franchise of all time, 1 through 4. And they sign in the guest book, and much like the original Psycho, you know, you can kind of, and even Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, you can kind of look at the guest book and it's a historical record that might help you in solving mysteries. There's a dark vibe in here. There's a dark atmosphere in here that doesn't let up. And there's also a bizarre atmosphere in here too, which the bizarre and the dark kind of are having sex together in this movie. The dark, not literally, they're together. And isn't what's weird and bizarre? Can't that be dark? Can't that be horrific? Yeah, I mean, in here, it's there. I mean, this would be an amazing double feature with The Innkeepers by Ti West, which is a much more known film, and I won't talk about it on this channel because of that, because everybody talks about it, and I love that movie. But why aren't people talking about this? I love it. Night at the Eagle Inn, 2021, and I believe you can still get this Blu-ray on Amazon for dirt cheap. So, like, man, I discovered it just by, my normal searching relentlessly for films, and Amazon was recommending it, or like customers who bought this movie also looked at this, and and I remember buying this with a movie that came out around the same time called Off Season, that has Jacqueline Donahue, I believe that's her name, in it, from House of the Devil. But that movie has some good talk about it on YouTube, so you can find stuff about Off Season. Again, Off Season, I love that. But not much about this. I love the mystery of the cold. Old dark houses, inns, and uncovering mysteries, like in bigger films like Seven, or you're uncovering these things, like The Silence of the Lambs, or this has more in, what do you do when you get the occult, the supernatural, a mysterious location, and the solving of something bigger than yourself.